The producers of this program were skeptical. The possibility that KGB thought mythology could lead to advanced alien knowledge was hard to accept. To obtain independent verification of Project ISIS, the producers tracked down a former diplomatic courier for the Soviet Union. The man now works for the Russian mafia.
I worked as a messenger for diplomatic corps. One of my roles was moving documents between Cairo and Moscow. Some of them was from Mr. Shara. He was a director of information center, Egyptian information center at that time. It was in the 60s, something like that. Most of that papers weren't interested, and some of them in code I couldn't even understand. But few of them I understood, and how could I say in English? It seemed thought to me, and I decided to make a copy.
Can we see those copies?
No.
The man wanted money for the documents.
Where are you taking me?
Don't worry.
Our field producer explained he wouldn't pay unless he was certain the documents were from Project ISIS.
You don't have places like this in America, huh?
The producer was taken to an abandoned office building on the outskirts of Moscow.
Here we are.
This footage is from a hidden camera.
All my paper in here. It's like a life insurance. A lot of people would pay a lot of money for this stuff.
Is that what you used as a courier?
Yeah. Here we are, I think.
Among the documents was a memo to a high-ranking KGB official. It read, "My agents have secured the notes of one of the scientists working on the Tomb of the Visitor findings."
Is that KGB?
KGB letter.
Another was an inventory of contents taken from the tomb. Classified top secret, it read, "Location of finding, undisclosed. Subjects, 15 crates of relics, 1 partially mummified body, 1 stone sarcophagus, and 8 hieroglyphic samples."
This is a letter from my agent to Moscow.
A project scientist who was one of the first to enter the tomb filed this report. It read, "During inspection of the wall segment, we noted an odd sensation. A magnetic repulsive force seemed to be emanating from the rock. We were unable to find any scientific explanation."
Samples from Egypt, pyramids.
This memo is from the cryptologist report. Findings. Partial decoded message on tomb wall indicates a prophecy of the return of ancient winged gods.
Oh, gosh. It talks about the tomb, doesn't it?
Yes.
Okay, I think we got a deal.
The documents made it clear. The Kremlin was taking the myth very seriously. One report indicated a military unit was ordered to the site. A security order of the highest level was in force when the sarcophagus was opened.
I don't believe the soldiers realized the significance of what they were looking at. The first hard evidence of a humanoid extraterrestrial life form.
In Egypt, the focus of attention for most visitors is the awe-inspiring antiquities, ancient wonders from the past. Is it possible these attractions have been a draw for life forms other than human tourists?
Not according to Dr. Ivanovich. His book makes it clear. Aliens didn't come to Egypt to see the pyramids. They came to build them.
To summarize, the main point I'm making in this book is that we deal with the unprecedented discovery in the history of mankind. It's the first discovery of the remains of a humanoid extraterrestrial alien which was walked the Earth 10,000 years BC.
The principal evidence in support of his theory is the film. Ivanovich claims the footage came from the maximum security archives of the KGB. The author accepted the producer's request for an independent analysis of the footage. We asked Russian film expert Sergei Goncharov for his opinion. He first examined the film cans.
And this is the name of the factory that manufactures the motion picture film in the city of Pereslavl. This is the type of film type A2, which is the emulsion.
Goncharov then analyzed the film emulsion for signs of fraud.
Now that we've looked at the cans, the next thing to do was to actually find out if the film itself had any markings on it. Okay, in the very beginning of the film, we have this word, which in Russian says начало, or the beginning, or the start. Okay, then we have the two bits of information which says plyonka number 267. Plyonka in Russian means emulsion or film, could denote the reel, the roll, or a batch, and this, of course, is the number. The next thing we see is this bit of information. Совершенно секретно, top secret archive of the KGB logo, and the word archive of the KGB.
The KGB has a history of sophisticated counterintelligence. Could Project ISIS and the discovery of the tomb be a skillful fabrication by the KGB? But why would the Soviets want to perpetrate a hoax of this magnitude? Perhaps as a diversionary tactic, masking the real KGB mission to Egypt. Whatever the truth, whether real or fake, we have learned that in investigating the KGB, it's best to keep an open mind to any possibility.
This is the period where military, after first safety precautions have been taken, entered without wearing gas masks, but that's what they do now was absolutely mistaken, and you will see why. Because they had to open sarcophagus after proper examination of the content. You see the fumes that turned out to be toxic come out. These are the remains, actually, of this extraterrestrial alien. So, and the fumes which are coming out, we will see it later, intoxicate one of the soldiers. Under such circumstances, under this particular condition, they could be very poisonous. And that's why they invited the team of this chemical warfare specialists to check the contaminated area again and assist this soldier who lost his senses.
The energy inside the rock cave, particularly during the first days of exploration, was very, very high.
Here we have the last period of evacuation of the most important samples of archaeological excavation in the tomb. So we have two Bedouins here, just they were invited as helps, like absolutely neutral people. These are the most important pieces of evidence that were taken from the tomb after being inspected by the team of the site. These are the most important pieces of evidence that were taken from the tomb after being inspected by the team of the scientists.
The producers obtained documents reporting on the scientific investigations of Project Isis. Scientists who conducted the studies confirmed the authenticity of the reports.
I got a call to report to the lab immediately. There was an archaeological discovery and we were to test the artifacts, and we were told that the item came from an Egyptian tomb of an undisclosed location, and we were not to discuss our findings with anyone. It was highly classified.
Project Isis now operated on two fronts. In Moscow, the artifacts from the tomb and the mummy were analyzed. At the Giza site, investigators continued to search for evidence of alien knowledge.
For years, many people have attributed strange, unexplained powers to pyramids in general, and specifically the Great Pyramids of Egypt. Apparently, it's not just proponents of New Age mysticism who have made these claims.
According to KGB documents, mission scientists began to wonder if the entire Giza Plateau was designed and engineered for a single purpose.